If anything happens, it is not suicide. That is reportedly what the Boeing whistleblower, found dead a few days ago of a reportedly self-inflicted gunshot wound, told a close family friend before his death. John Barnett was scheduled to conclude his private testimony as part of a lawsuit against the aircraft giant on March 9th, the same day he was found dead inside of his pickup truck in the parking lot of his hotel in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, I stress the word conclude because it's strange to me that when this whole grueling process is finally about to be over, something that his friends and family all testified that he was relieved about and was in good spirits about that's when he finally decides to take his own life. According to that same family friend quoted at the top of the show, identified only as Jennifer, Barnett knew he had made some powerful enemies after his 30-year career with Boeing as a quality control engineer ended in 2017. And he began publicly speaking out about all the cut corners that are putting passengers' lives at risk. His testimony, plus a spate of negative headlines about doors popping off mid-flight, tires falling off, and fuel leaks, have put Boeing in quite the bind. Barnett's family members, friends, lawyers, and old colleagues are all suspicious of his death being ruled a suicide so quickly. Hotel employees say the night before his alleged suicide, Barnett seemed fine. He stuck to himself downstairs, eating dinner and scrolling through his phone. His license was also found inside his room, away from the truck, and the gun was found still inside his hand. The New York Post adds this interesting tidbit about that last part. They report, quote, Steve Chancellor, who has written 2 books on staged crime scenes and runs second look training and forensic consulting, said that when someone dies by suicide, the gun only remains in the person's hand 25% of the time. The mere fact that the gun was in the hand, I would pay attention to that, he told the Post, because many times when someone is trying to make it look like a suicide, they make that mistake and they put the gun in the hand. The police report also said a white piece of paper that closely resembled a note was found in plain view on the passenger seat, but its contents have not been disclosed, end quote. The Post also spoke to current employees of Boeing who chose to stay anonymous for obvious reasons. Quote, it actually gives me a pit in my stomach because of what he's been saying, and he's dead now. Maybe he killed himself, the source said. I don't know what to believe. We don't really talk about it on the assembly line. We're on camera from the minute we get on the property. They can hear us, so no one wants to talk about it at work. A lot of people are skeptical because he made some pretty powerful enemies. Another Boeing employee who spoke to the Post said, nothing surprises me when it comes to Boeing. It's a good job, but you've got to stay in line. If you don't, you won't work there anymore. Boeing did not directly address the claims, but told the Post in a statement, we are saddened by Mr. Barnett's passing and our thoughts are with his family and friends, end quote. Now, obviously, none of us know exactly what happened on March 9th. Maybe the stress and other considerations caught up with Barnett and he did take his own life, or maybe not. It does sound a lot like what happens to those who get too close to the inner workings of the Clinton crime family. It also sounds like what happened to that cop who knew too much about the Fed's role in the Oklahoma City bombing of the 90s. Joining us now to discuss all this and more is Libby Emmons, the editor-in-chief of the Post Millennial. Libby, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks so much, Kara.
Great. So the Post Millennial is reporting on this interview of Barnett's friend Jennifer, where she said that he told her if anything happened to him, basically he didn't kill himself. I mean, that's kind of chilling, right? Given what we now know has happened on March 9th.
Yeah, it is very chilling. And Barnett, of course, was at Boeing until 2017. He had a very long career with the company. In 2018, 2019, we saw some really horrific crashes due to software malfunctions. So, you wonder what he perhaps knew about those things that maybe he could, I'm speculating, maybe he knew something about that software and those problems. Boeing has experienced a number of recent issues. We saw the Alaska Airjet with the panel that blew out mid-air. People's lives were saved by seatbelts in that situation. We've seen emergency landings. We've seen, issues with landing gear and all sorts of things. We've had allegations from Elon Musk that the company has been prioritizing diversity, equity, and inclusion over quality. We've seen, new training initiatives for employees. So one really wonders what it is that